No mai haere mai ki Event Fighter Stadium ki Tamaki Makaurau mō te Wednesday Night League. Hello folks, blue skies and dark skies, but no rain at North Harbour Stadium for round 3 of the Auckland Rugby League's Women's Premiership. And tonight it's the Otahuhu Leopards against the Howick Hornets. Yes, the lights are on, and so is Rugby League, and that's the most important thing. Whether you're watching this on Sky Sport or the Auckland Rugby League YouTube channel, we are good to go. Stephen McIver and Kiwi Fern Charlotte Scanlon joining you right now. And Charlotte, how good? No rain after 48 hours of just terrible weather in Auckland.
Yeah, we can't complain here. As you said, nice dark skies, but it's nice and clear.
This Howick Hornets side is creating quite a buzz out Howick way, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. They've got a really good culture going on and some awesome rugby union converts with their leadership like Chantel Woodman and Lisa Edwards-Lee. Yeah,
no, they are rocking. In fact, their dressing was rocking about 2 hours ago when they arrived. It was like party central. Let's take a look at the standings in the Women's Premiership because we are now moving into round number 3. So after 2 rounds, this is what the table looks like in the Auckland Rugby League Women's Premiership with Otahuhu, who have picked up the 2 points for the bye. So they've had the 1 win so far. Howick, though, are the team that are playing hot. They are 2-0. And if you go all the way to Otahuhu, they are a team that really are struggling right now. So the most important thing is, what do the lineups look like? Well, for Otahuhu, they have 5 changes to their side. And when you take a look at this George Carmont coach side, it's a young side, but there's one name that stands out, and it's quite simply is Angelina Leotawa. In the first game of the season, she went out and scored all 4 tries for the team in their 22-32 loss to Mount Albert. They followed that up with a 24-4 loss to City. Howick, on the other hand, well, they are a scoring machine when it comes, and something is going out and something is in the water in Howick because a 38-10 win over City, and then last week a 50-point drubbing against Tani Wharau. Just the one change, say Fuapio in the number 3 spot. But when you look at players that you need to watch out for, Tifito Lafaele, Chantel Woodman, and also up front, Silamri Poe Tofai Ono, the powerhouse. They are strong up front, which is what the game is all about.
Yeah, exactly. And those forwards, they know how to get in behind that game line. You have to stop that momentum, otherwise they're going to steamroll you.
So this is the second week of Wednesday Night League from the Auckland Rugby League. Now let's meet the captains and find out a little bit about the clubs.
Kia ora, my name's John Sal and I play for the Howick Hornets. Things I most love about my club is the support it gives, the culture there and the coaches and the team. They've got a lot of heart there, a lot of mixed experience with new girls. Last year we gave it a good shot and that was without being quite serious, so this year hoping to step it up.
My name is Monica Whakasilia and I play for Otahuhu Rovers. That's the first club I played for when I started playing league, and I feel like they're really inclusive, like supporting the girls, but you know, there's always improvement. But yeah, I think my first memory like playing league is with my my brother and like cousins, you know, like just playing in the front yard and my parents telling me if I cry not to because I wanted to play with the boys.
There is lots of fun to be had, but it will be all business here on the turf at North Harbour Stadium. All right, there are men in charge of these women. They are very talented coaches. Let's find out what's going on with Charlotte.
You're up against a confident Howick side. What has been the focus at training leading up to this game?
Our prep hasn't been the best. You know, we were hoping to get a light captain's run in last night, but unfortunately the weather didn't allow for it. But for us, we're a bit of a work in progress. You know, we've got a bit of an inexperienced side and some young ladies, but for us it's just about trying to improve each week. Our main focus tonight will be around our ruck defence. And
how important are your senior members that you do have?
Oh, very important. And our captain Angelina, she's setting a really good standard at training and on the field as well. You know, just hoping that we can get the best out of these young ones.
You've started the season with 2 convincing wins against City and Tani Wharau. What have been the key factors to the early success?
Success for us has been the culture amongst the team. The girls are really combined well this season. It's been a bit of a tough one over the past couple of years, but it feels like we've got it right this season.
What are you focusing on for tonight to get the win?
Yeah, just staying connected on defence, pushing up, heading together, 2s and 3s. A bit wet underfoot out there tonight, so probably be quite condensed around the middle. But I'd like to think we've got the skill set to move it wide when it's on.
Nice. Good luck for tonight.
Thank you.
So it's the Howick Hornets against the Otahuhu Leopards in week 3 of the Auckland Rugby League Women's Premiership. Stephen McIver, Charlotte Scanlon, there are the two coaches. James Serra, George Carmont. You would have known George Carmont from his days in Newcastle and also playing for Wigan as well. So it's going to be a tough one for Otahuhu. I mean, if you just look at the numbers simply, Charlotte.
Yeah, and Howick, as you said, they're a strong team. George is an experienced campaigner. He will be getting these girls ready. He will make sure that they're looking for how to defend, and focus on their wrapping up of the ball.
Referee tonight is Nigel Williams. His touch judges will be Corey Jull and Brent Newton. So warming up. But by the way, if you're wondering what the deck is like, we spoke to the groundsman, Ryan Doubleday and Brad Coffing today. It's had 98 millimetres of rain in the last 24 hours, but it's probably more slippery over by the stadium side. Because there doesn't get a lot of light over there. So how they handle conditions is key tonight.
Yeah, and making sure that they're playing on the right side of the field. Yeah, so when they're on that side, that they're playing smart, short footy.
Execution is everything, and also just being game aware and also conditions aware. There is Ramona Henry, the standoff for Otahuhu will kick off. Avery Rose Carmont, the daughter of coach George Carmont. It's the old story. Why do you need a ball? Because you can play the game. There's Taylor Curtis. Now, she's won a Farah Palmer Cup with Canterbury in rugby union, and this, I think, is only her 3rd game of rugby league. I wanted to chat to her today about it, but she didn't want to play ball. So almost set to go. Otahuhu will play from left to right as you see it. Game on, week 3 of the Women's Premiership in the Auckland Rugby League, and it will be the Howick Hornets with first use of the ball. And now we'll see what the big pack is like. This is Tulu Aikpolo for Howick. Nudging it already about 8 out from the halfway line. Whipping it through the back line quickly. Just want to see movement and see if they can open up Otahuhu quickly. Strong tackling there on Lisa Edwards-Rua. Plays the ball just inside their own half. Sofito Lafaele. Tough to get down, but Howick just inch themselves inside the Otahuhu half. Now they move it out through the back line. Good hands. That's good to see early.
Yeah, they're happy playing a wider game already. Thankfully, for these conditions, it's working for them.
5 and last. Are they going to run it? No, it's going to go into the air. Let's see what Otahuhu are like under the high ball there. Then it bounced, which is always a dangerous thing to do. Picked up by Howick, but not retained. Not a good sign for Otahuhu early.
Yeah, not catching that ball is crucial, but I did really like their first up defence in that set. Putting numbers into there, wrapping up the ball, and not letting Howick really get a roll on.
So Otahuhu, the Leopards, with first use of the ball now. Nina Fa'amasoli, Tulua plays the ball. This is Karen Roche. She'll play the ball. 25 out from their own line. Kaya Atai. You can see over that side already, can't you, how wet it is. So they'll want to play away from the grandstand side. This is Monica Whakaosilia. Good strong run too. Well into Hornet territory now. 5 and last, the kick goes up, courtesy of Shania Louis, and beautifully taken.
There was a good set there from Otahuhu. As you could see, Angelina leading the way with that ball carry.
So penalty called by referee Nigel Williams, kicking the ball just like that on cue. So nice little reprieve for Howick. That's not what you need when you're trying to hold them in their own half.
No, Otahuhu will be a bit disappointed with letting him off like that. They had a good carry set, a good defensive set. No coach likes to see early penalties.
Early days in this Week 3 showdown here at North Harbour Stadium in the Auckland Rugby League's Women's Premiership. So, Hornet ball. Lafayette with the play of the ball. She finds Baldwin through Platinum Masters, and that's Tufai Ono. Baldwin trying to pick up the pace just a little bit. A little bit of indecision, but they're a bit short out on the left-hand side, Otahuhu, so maybe a little bit quicker ball will catch them out. Braba trying to get the quick play. The ball was Sarah Baldwin. Moving it left. Again, they go for the high ball. It was a pretty handy shot. Oh, and it's a knock on. So it'll come back to the Howick Hornets. Just what they want. It's play on. Chantel Woodman will play the ball about 5 out from the Otahuhu line. Here come the Hornets. Barging through comes Tulu Aipolo. Is she over or held up?
That fullback is having to really get under that ball. Howick will be really happy with their kick just then and being able to create another set.
So they're on tackle 1 early in this first half. Howick have been piling on points, 88 points so far in the first 2 rounds. We have trouble with Tulu Aipolo. So Shania Louis is not having a great day under the high ball. And look at this run by Tulu Aipolo. Now, has she hurt herself here? Is she going off? So close. Needed 4 or 5 of the Otahuhu team to hold her up. This is Tofaiono. Tofaiono trying to get those legs pumping, but held back well by Otahuhu. This is Tafito Lafayette. She has been busy already in this first half. Curtis. Nice short ball. Tofaiono! Try! It was just a matter of time, and Tofaiono has been so busy in this first part of the half. Too hard to stop.
Definitely, and it was that nice little touch there from Sapphire Abraham that put her into that space. Would have been easy enough to catch that ball and run herself, but that awareness that the space was on the outside of her.
Well, they've been playing a smart game, haven't they? They've been using the conditions. They've tested out Shania Louis at the back for Otahuhu and have found, okay, there's the weak spot. But this was just nice, simple play.
It was just the 2 pass there, perfect little line. What you need from every prop in the game. Nice and direct, finds that try line.
Taylor Curtis found the ball out, and then they just spun it quickly. It came off Sapphire Abraham. And some of the defenders came up too quickly, and they opened the gap up, allowed Tufai Ono to score, and that's the first 4-pointer on the board for the Howick Hornets. Good start to week 3 for them. So the first conversion attempt will be Sapphire Abraham. Sweet is a nut, and that is the full 6-point start for the Howick Hornets. They lead the Otahuhu Leopards 6-0.
Otahuhu are just going to have to limit their errors and their penalties to stay in this game. Giving a team like the Howick Hornets repeat sets is going to be detrimental not only to their fitness but this game.
Well, I did ask George Carmon about the 40-minute halves, because in the NRLW they played 35-minute halves. He says, yeah, that is a small part of the problem. A small part of the problem. We'll leave it at that. Back underway. Oh, knock on early, but play on. So a door has been opened for Otahuhu early. Trying to get the play the ball done.
None other than Angelina picking that one up, showing all her class and experience.
It's Sele Moala playing the ball. About 15 out from the Howick line. Slow play the ball. Oh, he's called knock on. Knock on early in the tackle count. Coach killer.
That is a coach killer, and something that they will be a bit frustrated with themselves. Showing their inexperience as a team, he's hoping they can defend a good set and get the ball back.
It'll be interesting, Charlotte, to see how keen Howick are to spin it wide early. They looked happy to go right from their own goal line from the get-go, so they're a little bit further out there. They're 12 out from their own line. We know Taylor Curtis has speed in the number 5 jersey. Be nice to see at some stage if they give her the chance to use that speed.
Yeah, and with a powerful runner like Sapphire Abraham on her inside, it would be really hard to defend.
Lisa Edwards-Rua will play the ball. 22 out. This is Tefito Laifaele. She has been impressive from the get-go this evening. Baldwin. She finds Chantel Woodman. Woodman puts the big fin on, says, yeah, I won't have any of that, says Whako Osilea. Don't try that again. Baldwin. Little hold up there. Avua plays the ball. The drop back. You know who the target is, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. They're really trying to slow down these forwards from the Otahuhu Leopards.
5th and final. What do they do? They're going to run it, are they? Or will it go to the toe? Yes, it does. Off the back of Charlotte Davis this time. Sigh of relief from Shania Louis. Holds the ball. No knock on. Clean take. Leopards ball.
It was interesting. Just watch Sapphire Abraham run from her left edge to the right edge, showing her rugby union, I think.
Kaya Atai plays the ball. Long cut-out pass. Tulu with the play. Oh, it's gone backwards. It's almost overrun by Leotaua. Bumps off one. Puts the fend out. Keeps on going. Keeps on going. But 34,000 palms off there at the moment.
She was one hard player to contain.
Yeah. Not hard to see. Shamkul plays the ball just on halfway. Plenty of time. Kick slides off the side of the boot and not great distance and straight to the hands of the Hornets. It's those 5th tackle options they're going to have to work on, even this early in the game.
Yeah, I think they really need to play a bit smarter with their kicking options. Getting that nice and deep, playing into the corners and getting a good chase.
Lafayette with the play of the ball. Finds Masters. Masters onto Baldwin. Baldwin takes the tackle. Closing on the line again. 20 out from the Otahuhu line. To Whaono. This is Edwards-Rua, cut out ball. This is Davis. Davis still going. Ooh, just on the fingertips to Sefua Pio. Edwards-Rua with the ball straight through and try on the line. Too strong, too easy, too quick.
That was awesome ball movement from the Howick Hornets, playing all the way down to that right edge, then coming back to then score on the inside. What every awesome fullback does, Lisa Edwards-Lee knows exactly where the try line is. Good footwork, a nice palm off just there and reaching back.
Awareness to where the line is. Simple awareness, ground awareness.
It is ground awareness, and that's exactly what she does as a captain.
Get that feeling Otahu scrambling at the moment, sort of almost unsettled.
Yeah, it looks like they're really trying to solve problems by themselves. They just need to reconnect with their line, keep nice and tight, and just work together.
So they go back into the huddle, the Howick Hornets, with a 10-0 lead. Kick to come from Abrahams. Yes, Sapphire Abraham got the first one. This one a little bit further out, but 18 out from the Leopards goal post. Leopards have got quite a few noisy supporters in the ground tonight, which is good to see. It's a cold night. The temperatures are coming down in Auckland. They're expecting something like a low of 10 degrees this evening. The one thing we haven't seen, though, is a problem with the deck. The groundsmen have done a magnificent job despite the amount, did I say 98 millimetres in the last 24 hours? That's a lot of rain, but it's just drained away very quickly. Deep breath from Abraham. Straight down the line. That's 2 from 2, and it's Howick 12, Otahu 0 on week 3 of Wednesday Night League from the Auckland Rugby League.
I think Otahu need to really get themselves in this game. They need a nice, good kick to start the set and a good kick chase.
12-0, Howick lead Otahu. This is round 3 of the Women's Premiership. Just a reminder, a little bit later on Channel 50, which is Sky Sports Select, it'll be round 2 of the Fox Memorial for the men, and it will be the Leopards against the Bulldogs. Two sides that have an enormous history of winning the Fox Memorial. Restart. They're not long restarts from Otahu. They're not helping themselves whatsoever. Chulo Apollo. My apologies. No, that's substitution. There's Kylie Porter. Kylie Porter in the 18. Kylie Porter in the 18. Moving again. Here comes their battering ram. Silamri Tofai Ono. Oh, no. Wow. For a moment there was the thought of a knock on, but hands in the ruck. Can't do it. Let's watch it again.
Second effort, I think I heard the ref just say.
They've got away with that. Let's be blunt. They have got away with that. That was a clear drop. Clear drop. Porter now with the ball rumbling towards the 30-metre line of the Leopards.
I think they were a bit hard done by just then.
You think? Woodman passes it back to Tofai Ono again. Two key players at the moment, Tofai Ono and Lafayette, doing all the damage. Little scamper out of dummy half from Baldwin now. 8 out from the Leopards line. Are they going to go in again, Howick? Woodman finds Edwards-Rua. Edwards-Rua scored the last try. Going to try and stretch. Held up by Louis. Will they go the short side? Oh, they do it through. Too easy. Sapphire Abraham caught them unawares, scampers under, and it's another 4-pointer for Howick.
I really like how Baldwin identified that the markers were down and had a go there. She really sped up the tempo for the Howick Hornets to then affect the shift play.
So it's quite noticeable already with the play we've had so far that they're using some really strong ball runners. Watch this again. That was the end of it. Look at that. Caught Louis at all 6s and 7s, had nowhere to go. Again, awareness, right?
Yeah, definitely. Playing eyes up footy, these Howick Hornet girls. I'm really enjoying watching it, seeing across the park all 13 of their players are wanting to have a go.
So Sapphire Abraham, a Blues and Hurricane player, Black Ferns development player, 2022 Vulcans player, now turning out for the Howick Hornets. So there's a lot of crossover between Union and League for these women.
There is definitely in the Howick Hornets team. I wouldn't say so much for the Otahuhu Leopards.
It's a young Leopard side, and I think that's what people must understand.
Yeah, there's some awesome talent there in Kaya Artai. We've got Avery Rose Carmont, Angelina, Jamie Latu. They're all amazing players. I just think growing that depth within that team.
Abraham's now getting set to convert her own try. She's bang on the 20-metre line. And she can do no wrong at the moment. A sweet spot she has found. And it's 18-0. The Howick Hornets lead the Otahuhu Leopards. So if you coach George Carmont, what message are you sending out?
I think for George, it's getting them to play a territory-style game. They need to not let the Howick Hornets down in their own field because they have such strong runners. So to make sure, like I said, the kicks are going deeper. Got
a great coach's look on his face, doesn't he? Great poker face. Do nothing, say nothing.
He is all business, George Carmont is.
Shania Louis getting set to restart for the 4th time now for the Leopards. Not much of a run-up. It gets a bit of distance on it this time. And look out. Here comes Polo. So, excuse me, Tofai Ono. Baldwin. Here's Porter. Puts a little bit of a sidestep on and just takes on 3 of the Leopards, but they scrunch it 3 out from halfway. Baldwin looking up. Eyes up play. Ova'a will play the ball 42 out from the Leopards line. There's Lafayette, given so much room to in Lafayette. Will she go on alone? She's going to give it a crack. Looks inside. Oh, is that a knock on? Knock on. Good chance though. They've got to get on Lafayette.
Yeah, I think that came from the middle runners running so hard and direct. If you look at the defense, they're really compressed there. And so Lafayette looking out on that edge, having a go. I wouldn't have minded seeing a bit of a palm off. That would have been fun to watch. But having her chance, throwing it into Sapphire Abraham, not quite paying off there.
Yeah, just overran a little bit. Probably got a rush of adrenaline. Can we be doing this again? Can I score again so quickly? But again, you know, Otahuhu are going to have to be wary. Otherwise, this could blow out. It's 18-0 already. We've still got just a little over 20 to play in the first half. So that is side for run from their own half. Louis will play the ball. 12 out from their own line for the Leopards. Shamko, nice ball, and they find some space now. Good strong run too from Carmel Uhila. She'll play the ball. 10 out from halfway. Ball's dropped. Holding down is the call from referee Nigel Williams. So finally something rolls the way of the Leopards.
Yes, and she looked really excited about that. Made sure she said thank you to the opposition as she got the ball back.
Just there, right there, the extra push coming from Seifua Pio. This is Angelina Leotawa. Doesn't mind a wrestle. Carmont back inside to Alexandra Pinet. Carmont. Leotawa, second head up of the set. Oh, bang! Thanks for coming, Porter. Get out of my way. Carmont again. Again. Slippery ball goes backwards. Play on called. Carmont. This is Tulua. Tulua looking to play the ball. A real chance now here. What have they got in the kit bag? Well, they've not got a lot when it comes to just holding onto the ball. Louis with the kick. Nicely taken by the Hornets, and away they come again. And they do the one thing they know. Run.
Run, and directly through that middle as well. That was a better attacking set from Otahuhu Leopards. They will be able to stay in this game if they carry on.
Who says it's not a tough game? It's a tough game. Take no prisoners. That's why we call it the great game of rugby league, you see, Charlotte. Baldwin switches pace, goes left. Early kick. Now there's space here. Oh, has there been a knock on here? Howick, get the ball. What a play. Look at this. Inside Baldwin. Try. It all happened too quickly. All too quickly. It was a knock on from the Leopards, picked up. And Baldwin scores try number 4 for the Howick Hornets.
Yeah, and that came off the back of the effort area from Tafito Lafaele with her kick chase. The second rower leading the way to put pressure on Shania Louis.
So watch this closely, because I heard referee Williams call knock on there. There's the knock on, and quickly picked up by Lafaele, who really is a standout in this first half for the Hornets. Baldwin saying, ref, look, ref. Just doing a little bit of typical number 9, right? Reffing the game.
Exactly, and knowing exactly where that try line is, knowing there's no markers, no one back there, and it's all gold for her.
Gold indeed. So the Hornets now firmly in control of this first half and this game. Otahu, they genuinely are at 6s and 7s. Yet they're set on attack. Looked good. They just can't execute when it matters.
Yeah, their fifth option is falling short for them. They will need to tidy that up. Defensively, they're chucking numbers into those tackles. They're doing their job. They just need to stay in it for longer.
Could be a long night for the Leopards, couldn't it? But we've seen they have the ability. They just have to find a way through. And they're actually letting themselves down because they're not allowing the Hornets to have to defend too much. Got to have ball though, right?
You do have to have the ball.
Got to have ball.
You do. I'd love to see the outside backs from Otahuhu Leopards come in and take a little bit of heat off the middles. The middles are having to defend repeat sets, which is going to tire them out.
Abrahams with another conversion attempt. She hasn't missed one yet, and she won't do it again. And suddenly the score starts to blow out a little bit for the Hornets. It's now 24-0 in favour of Howick. Look at it was the switch from Baldwin too. They're all looking left, right. She went left. Just here was where the knock-on came. Look there, right there, and Lafaele was right on top of it. I mean, it must be just feel like a blessing having someone who is so... She's rampant at the moment.
She is, and for a second rower to be that quick, to be the first person to chase down a kick.
Restart again for the Leopards. Looking for something. Tofai Ono. Look at that. I'll take 3 of you with me. 8 out from halfway already, the Hornets. Baldwin. There's Lafaele. She's got a little bit of a stutter step in there, hey? That's confidence.
It is confidence, especially when you're running into a brick wall like that.
Out wide they go. Porter now in the 18 shirt. Here they come wide, Lafaele. Tofaiono, will she go alone? Had to think about it. But no, I tell you what, I'll have another, says Sapphire Abraham. And just like that, the Hornets are back across.
That was good ball movement from the Howick Hornets just then. I think with the Otahuhu Leopards, their lateral movements needs to be a bit quicker. Once that ball goes, they need to go. They left players like Sapphire Abraham out there with one person and a winger. I think we just also saw John Sal Totari come on, an experienced campaigner, used to play for Manurewa Marlins, and a lot of experience going in.
They're just muscling the Leopards, aren't they?
Yeah, and they are dictating the tempo of the game, they are dictating the style. They have a lot of weapons going through the middle, playing out wide, kicking early. Feel for Otahuhu here.
I mean, you have to be really positive about what the Howick Hornets are doing, because if you're an opposing coach, you're going to be going, okay, now I know the players who I've got to have to spot up and say, right, what are we going to do? I mean, how do you stop machines like Rafaele Tofaiono doing the business?
Exactly, and like you said, you've also got players like Lisa Edwards-Lee who've got some speed on them. Chantal Woodman directing through those middles. It's a really hard job coming up a team that has got powerhouses all the way across their field.
You've got to be up in defence, right? You've got to try and shut them down early because they've been given far too much room.
You do, and you have to hold on to that ball.
Yeah, and on a night like this where the surface is slippery, it is challenging. But unlike last week in our inaugural night of Wednesday Night League, it's dry, it's not raining. And that's a bonus. Wherever you are around New Zealand, I hope that you are doing okay if the weather is not that flash. Sapphire Abraham scored 2 tries, hasn't missed a conversion yet. Had a little bit of a left-right and does it again, and they crack 30, the Howick Hornets. So it's Howick 30, Otahuhu 0. In this Week 3 showdown of the Women's Premiership in Auckland Rugby League. Playing later on this Saturday. Well, look at this. Oh, I love how precisely she almost goes through a process. Really lovely process. Scoops that ball and away they go. This Saturday at Ngāti Otara Park, it'll be Otara against City. That's Saturday at 12:45. And then Manurewa play Tani Wharau on Sunday at 2:30 at the Papatakeo Park. So small competition. One team will have a bye and 2 games later on. So Saturday 12:45, Otara City, and Manurewa Tani Wharau on Sunday at 2:30. 30-0 already to the Hornets. Louis with another restart. Being tired of that. Picked up nicely by Platinum Masters. Decides to go alone and walks straight into Mercy Tulua. And also a heavy Rose Carmont. Baldwin looks for the quick play. Good strong defense. Good strong defense from Lautaua for the Leopards. Nice strong ball. Chantal Woodman just makes easy ground now. Easy ground.
That was off the back of a beautiful offload from Sherelle Leota.
This is Kavia. Kavia now pops the ball outside. Baldwin with a shimmy. Able to get the ball away with one hand. Spun wide now by Woodman. Another strong run from Howick. And another try just like that. Everybody sort of stopped short. But that's another try for Howick. Lisa Edwards-Rua gets another.
You can see there that was off a strong carry from John Sal Totari. First off, linking up, then again with Lisa Edwards-Lee. 2 experienced campaigners.
So lots of chatter going on, and why not? So the challenges keep coming for Abrahams when it comes to conversions. 5 out of 5 so far. Pushed out a little bit closer to the grandstand side of, and about 10 out from touch. But goes through a very keen process for the conversion. 34-0, kick to come. Deep breath for Abrahams. Here she goes. Does she make it 6 from 6? Not this time. But no one's complaining right now if you're watching this in the Howick Hornets club rooms or on the ARL YouTube feed or on Sky Sport. Just a heads-up play. Quite simple and bang.
Lisa Edwards-Law showing all her class there at the back. She's been busy fullback for the Howick Hornets, making sure she's keeping the girls pumped up. Look at her, ready to go.
I thought she was actually wanting to start dance party with the hand movements, right? It's like, hey girls, let's have some fun now. It's 34-0. We've still got another half a footy to go.
That's the culture we were talking about at the beginning of the game, wasn't it?
Easy when you're winning, though. Easy when you're winning.
Is.
The Leopards with lots to do. Another restart. Baldwin, who has been dynamite. That's 23. John Sal Totari plays the ball. Baldwin goes wide. There's Lafayette. She hasn't found Taylor Curtis. In fact, they're always ignoring Taylor Curtis out on the left wing. And Lafayette just keeps, look at the leg drive. Look at, whoa, hang on a minute. Yeah, that's very, very dangerous, the tip tackle. But she wouldn't let go, would she? Just would not let go. So those are the moments when you see a little bit of danger going on. And you don't see the tip tackle even in the WNRL or the pretty much in the NRL anymore. So you see one of those moments, you sort of go heart and mouth stuff. Taylor Curtis with the ball. It'd be nice to see her running with the ball. Abrahams, quick tap, heads towards the line. Pretty confident now. Needs 3, 4, 5 to try and stop her. 3 out from the line. The Howick Hornets. Well, she's not happy about something. Baldwin goes wide. Sherelle Leota. Get in it. Nice pass off. Look at that. Straight out wide. Will it be good enough for them? And just like that, obstruction called. Obstruction called by referee Nigel Williams. Taking a defender out as the call from referee Nigel Williams, so...
Sounds like that was against John Sal Totari as well. She was not happy with that call. Oh, no, was it?
Ah, 23.
Yeah, it was against John Sal Totari.
Hard not to get excited. Run in the line with your teammate beside you.
I think so. I also think she might have been getting the ball at one point, just starting a bit in front of her winger.
Just over 4 minutes to play in the first half of week 3 of the Auckland Rugby League Women's Premiership. And it's the Howick Hornets who are just making the most of the Leopards. He's calling a Howick Hornets knock on, and they're not happy. Let's look a little closer, because we know between you and me, he missed one a little bit earlier in the game. So it's gone back. He's calling that a knock on. Do you agree?
No, that is a tough call against Howick Hornets.
Hey, actually, I think we should be very mindful of any criticism of referees, considering what's been going on with the Warriors. We'll just keep it nice and clean here, shall we, Chantal? Charlotte. Oh, it's one of those nights. I apologise.
You are fine.
Right, here we go. Ramona Henry with a good carry out to around 35 out from the Leopards line. They need something. That's Monica Whakaosilia. This is Selai Moala. Lots of talking going on now, which is a good sign too. Nice carry. That's Kaya Atai. They need to find something before this half is over. A little quick ball. It's Luai too close to the touchline there to do much more than that. Marsh in the headgear now. This is Kalia Pai. And the ball is lost again. Oh, they are calling for a strip. Whakaosilia is calling for a strip, and they're going, nope. You don't muck around with referee Williams, do you?
No, you don't. I do think this is another tough call with Sherelle Leota. As you can see perfectly on the screen, she has happily helped herself to that ball.
What did I say? What did we say about the officials and not talking about the officials? All right? Even though it's plain sight, Charlotte.
We'll just talk about the cheekiness of Sherelle Leota just then.
Ball comes out. Will they spin it wide or just set it up nicely? This is Lisa Edwards-Rua. Plays the ball just before the halfway line. This is Lafayette, been a superstar in the first half, been damaging runs, been opening up the Leopards at will. Woodman. He finds Davis. Davis finds Rua again. And this is Totari. Bang! Thanks for coming. I'm not in the mood to be tackled. Ovar plays the ball. 10 out now. Can they score within inside the last minute of the half? Woodman. Masters. Spins it wide. Lafayette. She must want to score a 4-pointer. Looking out wide. Do they go left or right? They go right. Abrahams finds Woodman again. Puts it up. There's no one there. Oh, so close. So close. But again, happy to change up their fifth tackle play.
Definitely. You got Chantel Woodman kicking there. Used to play centre for the Kiwi Ferns. Come into 13. John Sell, another really talented player, ready to catch that ball, just misses out.
I bumped into her actually at the tunnel before the game when she was warming up, and that was about 2 hours before. She was going through a little warm-up, the whole 9 yards. She was keen to get out there. Oh! That hurt! And that's us done for the half. What a statement play before the end of the first half. There's going to be some sore bodies on behalf of the Leopards going into the halftime break. But at the halftime spot, in week 3 of the Auckland Rugby League Women's Premiership, it's the Hornets 34, the Leopards 0.
Welcome to Daden Projects, where we make your interior fit outs easy. From start to finish, we bring a wealth of experience to every project, and we love what we do, so please come and meet the team.
we're the project management team. Our responsibility is to ensure a smooth running project from start to finish by having a clear understanding of our clients' expectations. We aim to do this by delivering a stress-free quality fit out on time.
I'm a quantity surveyor. My role is to understand your needs and tailor my pricing to suit your budget.
Hi, I'm Matt. I'm one of the detailers here at Datum Projects. My role is to take the client's architectural drawings and convert them into shop drawings for our factory.
Hi, my name's T. I'm the Health and Safety Manager for Datum Projects, and one of our core principles here is work safe to get you home safe.
Well, pretty much it's just the whole team. We come with our babies, so that's pretty much our kind of team thing, yeah. I think last year was a little bit different because we played Sundays, so everyone kind of went to church and then came to the game. But this year we were all playing Saturdays, which was awesome. So definitely will be just music.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm all about the music, man. It is all about the music. So before I'm like a duff girl. So when the music is on, I'm like, yeah, let's go, ladies. But that's just my cup of tea. So that's the is the music brings the energy. I love energy.
Yeah, the girls are quite hyped with the music.
We like to have a good playlist going before we go on the field. Just show up and be ready to play.
We kind of just turn up when we're expected to turn up, and everyone just kind of gets into that mindset on their own.
For me, I'm a very Christian, so I like to start off for prayer. Just a little bit of a dance before game, just to loosen up. Not all about being serious, but making sure that checking in with the girls that they're okay before running out.
I love to have my good breakfast, eggs on toast, and just good affirmations to yourself. So,
I don't eat before my game, mate. Yo! But I think that fuels me to push myself, and wait for the car ride back if I did good or not.
The decisions we make matter. The cloth you put on your back, that comes from somewhere. Ours is Ecotech, and it comes from here. One of these equals 38 of these, not in landfill. High performance fabric worthy of what you stand.
North Harbour Stadium, where the lights are on, the league is definitely on. When you look at the scoreline, the Howick Hornets in week 3 of the Auckland Rugby League Women's Premiership, leading the Leopards 34-0. Nothing like night rugby league, but there has been so much damage done, Charlotte, by the Howick Hornets to the Leopards. It's probably worth reliving some of the moments. Not that the Leopards would like to relive this. And the one thing we've noticed, the likes of Tōwhai Ono just using their bodies, using their big players to get the job done through the middle.
And they're running off silky hands from players like Sapphire Abraham just then. It makes it easy as a prop to run over a line when you have those insides really drawing in other players.
And the ability to, and the desire to want to move the ball has been really sort of enjoyable to watch. Lisa Edwards, the heads-up play.
It is. Heads-up footy. Lisa Edwards, knowing where that try line is.
Sapphire Abraham's already scored 2, kicked 5 from 6. It's been one of those days. This was the great sneak by one of the star players in this first 40, which is Lafayette. She has been everywhere, and Baldwin looked up and said, oh, that's too easy. Just too many gaps in the Leopards' D.
Yeah, and that desire to play fast, as you can see from Baldwin, pushing that marker away, get out of my way, I want the ball, I want the try.
Do you think it's purely by a lot more mature players, a little more game aware, that's hurting the Leopards?
I do believe so. As you can see, that was off the back of John Sal Totari linking with another experienced player.
So at half-time, it's 34-0, and the Hornets are looking at this particular point in time in no trouble of being threatened by Otahuhu, and I'm sure George Carmont, the Leopards coach, is scratching his head, but it's probably worth taking a look at the numbers. Well, it shows no surprises. Look at the completion rate of the Hornets, sitting at 79%, plenty of possession with that. 14 sets, line breaks 3, 6 tries to 0. Okay, you're George Carmont. You're sitting with the women in the sheds right now. What is your message?
think you want to be looking at what they can do better. Right? Not focusing on what's happened in that previous half, talking about completion rate, talking about holding on to that ball, keeping it nice and simple, knowing these players are young and they're starting out.
But it would be really hard when you're being battered that this is going on. Hey, just a reminder, this is the first of our double headers coming up at 8 o'clock live on Sky Sports Select, which is Channel 50. It's the Fox Memorial Premiership, and two sides that have won it numerous times in their history. It's the Leopards against the Bulldogs. But, you know, it's been a busy season prior to this, even though we're into week 3, right?
ARL and the Warriors held representative tournaments for Auckland and the surrounding regions to compete for the Under-16 Shaun Johnson Shield, Under-17 Georgia Hale Cup and Under-18 Dean Bell Cup. Let's revisit Grand Final Day at Cornwall Park.
The decisions we make matter. The cloth you put on your back, that comes from somewhere. Ours is Ecotech, and it comes from here. One of these equals 38 of these, not in landfill. High performance fabric worthy of what you stand.
Wednesday Night League live from North Harbour Stadium. 34-0, the Hornets lead the Leopards in week 3 of the Women's Premiership of Auckland Rugby League. There's another game coming your way straight after this at 8 o'clock on Sky Sports Select and, of course, the Auckland Rugby League YouTube channel. And that will be the men's second round match between the Leopards and the Bulldogs. Yes, Richmond against Otahuhu, two fine clubs with a magnificent history in Fox footy. But we're set to go for the second half, and we'll just have to wait and see if there is any change to the approach. I mean, would you change your approach, Charlotte Scanlon, if you were George Carmot?
I would change my approach. I'd be spreading that ball a bit earlier, giving it to... They've got some dangerous outside backs that haven't really been utilised in this game. I think with the score, you want to be throwing everything at this team.
You know what I'd like to see now? We talked Taylor Curtis up, right? Haven't seen her go for a run yet. I mean, you've got 34 on the ball. Give her a nudge.
I think she needs to talk to her centre, Sapphire Abraham, about that and sharing those tries.
Well, I think one person that might just score will be Lafayette, the second rower for Howick. She has been impressive. I haven't seen a more impressive performance in 40 minutes of football.
She has been deadly out on that left edge. Her running game, her fends, her work ethic, her kick chase.
So 34 points scored in the first half by the Hornets. 5 from 6 with the boot from Abrahams, who scored 2 tries herself. What does the second half hold? You are about to find out live on Sky Sport and the Auckland Rugby League's YouTube channel. Game on with referee Nigel Williams. And Otahu with the first use of the ball. Can they make good use of it? Charlotte Davis will play the ball 15 out from the halfway line. 18, Mercy Tuolua. Plays the ball close to the touchline. Anarea Marsh is the young player in the headgear, using the front rows to do some damage. Big damage too. Marsh pops it out. Ball popped away by Whakaosilea. You just want to complete a set here, just a clean set.
You do, and it's looking promising for Otahuhu today.
Pye gets the ball away. Little shimmy. 2 in the tackle. 5 and last for the Leopards. Can they execute a decent set? Pye. That was Schaumkull. They allowed the ball to bounce, not enough. And Rua, try scorer in the first half, gets the ball away, and guess who's got the ball? Lafayette.
Really showing their confidence there, offloading on the first tackle.
Here we go, Taylor Curtis with the ball finally. Good little run. Yeah, maybe it's just a confidence thing, huh?
I think so. I think she was looking for her support runners to try and pull the defence off.
Paulu has been a battering ram. Baldwin. Woodman. They go to the boot, that left-hand boot of Platinum Masters. It's allowed to bounce. It's a good chase. 3 on 2. What's Louis got? Trouble. Good front on tackle by Taylor Curtis. Maybe the word was for Taylor to get busy.
Yes, get more touches on that
Get
ball.
involved, girl.
Yeah.
Just little short passes by Otahuhu. This is Jamie Latu. Marsh. Gap open, shut pretty quickly though. Whakaosilea plays the ball. Marsh waiting, comes left again. Nice work, and a break too. Good strong break from Schaumkull. 5 and last, need a good kick here, the Leopards. Pye passes it back out. This is Henry. Low little grubber, the chase is strong. A little bit of panic, I think, just. Oh, missed tackle, can still keep playing. They've let it get away. Kalia Pye finally stops the runner, which is Kamal Uhila. Here's Lafayette. Eyeing up the defence, going to go wide. Keeps going. How wide does she go? Well, she'll take the touchline on, but she's stopped comfortably by Karen Rochard there on the grandstand side of touch. Curtis. Oh, yes. Welcome to Rugby League.
There was an awesome tackle there.
That's
on
one of
Taylor
many
Curtis.
awesome tackles. Baldwin finds Woodman. Apollo takes on 3. Leg drive still going strong. Laying all over her, the Leopards. Try to slow the play of the ball. Baldwin looking up. Wants the penalty. Not going to get it. Tackle 4. Woodman. Spinning it wide. Here come the Hornets again. Another strong run, this time by Barbara Ova'a. Ormsby. Davis with the kick through. No one's watching from the Leopards. Almost a mistake, but just tied it up. Heart and mouth.
Otahuhu have come out with a good renewed energy there. As you can see, Barbara had actually just shot out defensively of the line, which opened up that space for Otahuhu to run through.
Well, there's the first high shot of the evening. It's only taken 35 and a bit minutes to find one. Not that we are wanting high shots, we just want good, strong, hard play. We've seen a ton of it already. So it's a different Otahuhu in this half already. Early days, but they've come out with a different mindset.
Yeah, definitely. Whatever George Carmont said in that changing room is working, or it could have been the leaders in the Otahuhu squad.
Well, just look at the Shomko run moments ago. You know, she looked up, wasn't sort of looking down, a look around, said, "No, I can see Gat, so back yourself."
Exactly. She wasn't looking for someone just to pass to. She was looking at where the defence was standing.
Marsh plays the ball on halfway. Inside the 10, that'll hurt you. So now a little bit of momentum for the Leopards. Can they take advantage of it, though?
That was against Captain Chantal Woodman, leaving too early.
Karen Roach taps and goes. Takes on the line and just says, "I'll go you." Baldwin standing in the way, so she looked at the smallest one. Safest option too, I'd suggest.
It was a smart play running at the smallest person on the field.
Marsh, Shomko, cuts back inside. This is a really good run. Really strong run from the 15. Alexandra Penne plays the ball. 12 out from the Hornet side. Marsh looks up, hesitates. And another inside the 10. Here's the chance that Leopards fans have been waiting for. 3 out from the Hornets line. Celia going on her own. Can she twist and turn? Yes! Nice solo try from Monica Fakosilia. And the Leopards are on the board. You can hear their troop of fans genuinely excited about that. Wonder if that changes things just a little bit.
Yeah, it was one person that crossed over just then, but it was a whole team that led up to that try. The girls really playing for each other, playing with a lot more heart in the start of the second half, running more direct, running with purpose.
Man, she had to get through Ipolo and Co. Now, that is no mean feat, considering that's a wall and a half to get through. And she does a great job. So Monica Fakosilia scores the first 4-pointer for the Leopards, and boy, did they need that.
Great desire to want to cross over as well, not just taking the tackle.
So that'll give you something. I mean, does that give you something when you go back into the huddle? You know, you've been pounded 34-0 in the first half. Suddenly you come back and you score first in the second half. How much does that do to a team's confidence?
Yeah, the confidence will definitely be lifted by Otahuhu. Like I said before, the girls are running with more passion, more intent. You've got Carmel now taking the kick. Nice out in front.
Yep, nice and easy, just like that. So Carmel Uhila converts the Fakosilia try, and it's 34-6. Take another look at this. Just a little look up. Gives it a nudge. It goes, well, I'll give it a nudge. Huge confidence play.
Definitely, and I think they confused Howick as it was a penalty and they rolled the ball. Howick just held off there, didn't get off the line defensively, and they paid the price.
So for the first time in this match, it'll be the Hornets to restart after being scored against. Got to have that kicking tee. Temperature has really dropped here at North Harbour Stadium. That's why jackets are on all over the place, even in the commentary position, I can assure you of that.
Good to see Chantal Woodman's daughter running out the tee for the ladies.
It's about family. This game is about family, isn't it?
It is. If the mum's here, the daughter's here.
I want to be just like you, Mum. Sapphire Abraham with the restart. Howick lead 34-6. This is week 3 of the Auckland Rugby League Women's Premiership. There's a little bit of a sting in the tail now. Marsh plays the ball close to the touchline for the Leopards. Good strong run from Jamie Latu. She'll play the ball on the 40-metre line. Oh, and didn't even look at that, did Ramona Henry. Didn't even look at it. Was already looking ahead without having the ball in the hand.
They don't look too concerned by this, though, which is a positive sign. They're keeping positive. They're talking about it. As you can see, Jamie Latu behind was happy to clap and say, it's fine, we're on to the next play.
But again, it hands a very handy field position to the Howick Hornets. 42 out from the Leopards line, leading 34-6. Back on defence. I'm sure they're sick of seeing the yellow and blue of Howick. Nice flat ball to come at Uhila.
To Barbara.
Baldwin straight through. Finding her tough to get down. Marsh involved in that tackle. Masters looking back, and here we go again. The battering ram that is Sila Maripoe to Faiano. Baldwin looks up. Which way does she go? She decides to go right. Woodman, close. Shovel pass to Cassie Ormsby, and the Hornets are in again. And I haven't seen too many shovel passes like that.
No.
That was a definite spade in that one.
It's good to see them attacking this right edge for the Howick Hornets, giving them a bit more space. That was Barbara there, I do believe, managing to get that pass away. And beautiful eyes up footy, stepping two defenders on her way to the try line.
Look at this pass. That's got spade written all over it. Hey? That's a gardening pass. Look at that. Straight up. But does the trick. Cassie Ormsby scores another try. Try number 7 for the Howick Hornets. And it's 38-6 with the kick to come. Just when they thought they were, it sort of blows momentum, doesn't it, moments like that?
It does. It just shows how crucial holding on to that ball and possession is within this game.
But even if you go back to the past that I've sort of been making fun of, that's confidence play. They haven't been afraid to offload the ball in these conditions where the ball is going to be quite greasy.
Yeah, definitely, and I think that comes with the connection and the culture piece that we've talked about. They'll be playing games at training that are building those connections, those support lines, that awareness of what each other are going to be doing.
Well, the one thing that you know is that when you're scoring points like this and having not too much against you, your points differential is going to go through the roof if it gets to that point at the end of the season when you need your points differential. So Cassie Ormsby scores the try, 38-0. Just a reminder, later on this week on Saturday at 12:45, Otara will play City and Manurewa will place Tani Wharau. That's on Sunday at 2:30. So Saturday Sunday games in week 3 of the Women's Premiership of the Auckland Rugby League. Abrahams, oh no, she's shanked that one.
Yeah, hooked it to the left. Probably one of her more difficult kicks of the night.
But it doesn't make too much of a difference considering the opposition are still 32 points behind. But here's the pass again. Flat ball.
I just love that footwork there from Cassie Ormsby. Beating 2 defenders. Beautiful dive try. Confident.
And first time we've actually seen where the moisture is on the park, which is at the sort of the scoreboard end of the park. So 38-6. Later on tonight in the second week of the Fox Premiership, the Leopards and the Bulldogs. Cannot wait for that live on Channel 50, Sky Sport Select and the Auckland Rugby League YouTube channel. Carmel Uhila restarts for the Leopards. It's a short restart. Doesn't go too far. Oh, hang on. We've got trouble here. Straight away. Sapphire Abraham has caught out one of the Otahuhu players. You heard the referee say she got it wrong in the tackle. Watch here closely. It was 17 for Otahuhu, which is Jamie Latu, who was a change to the starting lineup. You never want to see that. Taking deep breaths. Here it is again from the different angle. Oi, she's taken a hip, has she?
Yeah, it looks like it's quite a front-on tackle, and she hasn't moved her head to the side just there. Jamie Latu is traditionally a second row or prop, so seeing her out in the centres, maybe just the lateral movement has just caught her off a little bit.
Okay, so it all makes sense when you break it down. The tackle tech is something you learn as you go, right?
Yeah, she'll definitely laugh about this.
Oh, wow. You'd laugh about that?
No, she would laugh about that. Knowing her, she's got a good sense of humour on her.
Wow, I love your sense of humour play. Get knocked out. Yeah, I'm laughing about it. Fantastic.
Her sister had a few concussions and they were always a laugh afterwards.
I know the comedy festival's on this week, Charlotte and Auckland. Maybe you should do a bit of stand-up. You know, something like that. You know, hey, here's something that's really funny, being knocked out, but I'll laugh about it later.
To be honest, it's part of the game. As long as they are safe afterwards, we want them to stay confident. We want them to want to stay in the game post these kind of knocks. Completely.
Tawhitu Lefele in the 11. Yeah, well, they're going to make sure they're safe. St John's, get that off the park. We don't want that digging up the... But they could have gone around the park, couldn't they? But I know that's important. Fastest way to get to the injured individual. So I doubt whether we're going to see Jamie Latu much more. Yeah, she's really struggling. I got a feel for it, but it was good to see the Hornets players come up and just make sure. Just watch it again. Early in the tackle count and just got down and just... Oh, right there. Yeah, it's got to hurt.
You can just see there her intention was to go nice and low on a strong player like Sapphire Abraham. Just technically missing the jump there.
So a slight pause in this game. Week 3 of the Women's Premiership. There have been 2 tries in this half already. First one was to the Otahuhu Leopards, and a really good play too. From Fako Silea, just a nice little heads-up play, and it was from a really confident set.
Yes, they've come out with renewed energy. Unfortunate for them that they let Howick Hornets straight back in with, as you said, a shovel pass from Barbara.
You can have it.
Some great footwork from Casey Ormsby just to get over again and swing that momentum back in their favour.
Okay, so let's do what we always do when we have moments like this. What does this do to players now standing out in the cold and thinking about, okay, where do we go from here? Because there's now obvious concern from Leopards players about their teammates. It looks like she's not going to make it back off North Harbour Stadium. The St John's here, they're concerned about, is she concerned about her neck? Yeah, I think they may put a neck brace on. There's one's in the hands of the paramedic, so...
She is definitely not going to want to put that on if I know her like I do. She's just going to want to calm down, get off the field and tell everyone she's fine. But like we've said, safety first, and we know that those on the ground know exactly what they need to do to look after a player like Jamie Latu.
So the trainer will, and the paramedics from St John, who do such a magnificent job around the country. Yeah, she certainly has neck issues as her teammates play to the camera and also look after their teammate. So that's just a sad moment for the Leopards, but they can use this, right?
And as you can see, they are still all smiles, which I love to see from Otahuhu.
They've been listening to your commentary the moment about being knocked out and laughing about it. That's
Honestly,
what they've been doing, right?
I'm telling you, these girls have the best sense of humour. That's what makes footy within women's teams.
Can I use the analogy or the comparison? Is that when the Black Ferns won the World Cup, right, in rugby, the one thing that you found out was music, culture, fun, and you can see the direct comparison right here in women's rugby league. You know, fun, music. I heard it blasting out well before pre-game, and just enjoying themselves. You know, not taking it overly seriously.
No.
You want to win. I understand that.
Yeah, and they definitely are competitive females. They'll be showing up to training. They will be doing what they can to make sure that they put a good brand of footy out on that field, but they will never be too serious to the point where they take the fun and enjoyment out of it. They know how important culture is here in Aotearoa, and it is shown through their footy.
So finally the neck brace goes on to Jamie Latu, and hopefully we can get game back on. 25.5 minutes still left to play in this match. Howick lead 38-6 against Otahuhu. And referee Nigel Williams gets play underway. So it's a bit of a reset mentally for both sides. Referee Williams just waiting for the little gurney to go off, the little golf cart. And we get back into business. Tackle one for the Hornets. Whaono doing what she has done all night, just eating up meters. Trying to throw players off her. Woodman looking, waiting, in from the cut ball comes Lefaele. She is a handful, isn't she?
She is, and playing nice and fast.
Here comes Rua. Ball out for Cassie. Ormsby. Does she go all the way? Good tackle by Shania Louis. Holds her up. Ormsby to play the ball. They're about 11 out from the Leopards line. Tiana Kavia held up. 5 out. Baldwin. Woodman. Finds Masters. Ball inside for you-know-who. There's another one for Silamari Poeto Whaono. And it's another 4-pointer for the Hornets.
I have to say that came off the back of some good ball play from Chantal Woodman there. She was crucial in moving that ball across the field and setting up those big, strong runners.
Everything moves through Woodman. Everything moves through Woodman. Nice little drop ball back to Whaono. And O'Healy is going, yeah, no, thanks. Sorry, Louis, excuse me. He says, nah, I'm not going to stop that, am I? I bumped into her and just outside the change room because I wanted to get her name correctly. She's delightful. A softly spoken battering ram.
And with a beautiful smile, bit shy for the camera by the looks of it, but awesome run from her, and she's been playing awesome all game.
So behind the goal line, the Leopards will start to think again in a couple of moments. Woodman and Whaono having a chat about that. I always wonder when you're walking back like that, and you're having so much fun. Are you actually talking about footy or something else?
You could be talking about footy, or you could be talking about someone who slipped over 2 plays ago. Who knows?
It's that simple, huh?
It is. Especially when you're up by this much. I think that the pressure to nail the footy has gone.
Abraham's 5 from 7. Does she make it 6 from 8? Yes, she does. And the score just ticks over again for the Howick Hornets this evening here at North Harbour Stadium. So in this second half of week 3 of the Women's Premiership, it's the Hornets 44, the Leopards 6. yeah, it was a slow play of the ball, but Baldwin found Woodman, and then it was a nice little drop back from Masters, and Tufai Ono found the gap, and there was no putting on the brakes there.
No, and running directly over the fullback.
More footy to come later on tonight on Channel 50 Sky Sports Select. Round 2 of the Fox Memorial. Leopards, Bulldogs to come. As you try score again, takes the first hit up, wants more work, wants more points. Baldwin finds Lafayette, straightens it up, puts big palm out, and Marsh takes one in the mush. Woodman, Apollo gets through 2. Look up play, Baldwin looking, still going. Marsh had to drag her back down from the jersey. Woodman finds Davis. Davis looking. Here comes Barbara, and will she score? Over, no. Slammed on her back. Rua, Davis, Woodman, Masters, finds Ono. There's Lafayette. She'd love to score. Will she score? About time, she says. About time. And Tafito Lafayette scores another try for the Howick Hornets.
That came off again, some storming runs through those middles. They ended up on that right edge, swinging it all the way to score on their left edge, just showing their class and their execution.
I think the team is pretty happy that she's finally scored that 4-pointer after setting them up for so many times in this match so far. Ono, nice little pop ball, and then just puts the big palm out and says, no thank you, it's my time for try time. Lafayette scores for the Hornets. Tell you what, they'll be rocking at the Howard's Club tonight. The Hornets will be going off. It's a great spot, actually. I've only been there once for a prize giving. It looks over a park. It's a really lovely spot, the Howard Hornets club rooms. I think the one thing that you'd have to look at if you were George Carmel is your restarts. They're getting no length off the kicks. I mean, they're basically going from 20 metres. You need to be having someone that can get a longer distance on the restart. They're not helping themselves there. They're giving up 20 metres a restart.
Yeah, not only their restart, but also their general play kicks. They need to create more possession and opportunities there.
This looks handy. Just away for Sapphire Abraham, who's had a great night with the boot. But the score is unchanged. 48-6. The Hornets lead the Leopards. So the Leopard supporters haven't got much to, if they are Leopard supporters, haven't got much to shout about tonight. This scoreline put them to 0-3 on the season. But you look at the positives, and there have been positives tonight.
There has been, and it is a young and inexperienced team. I think just like the Howick started out, they weren't as experienced, and they've progressed year after year. And I think if they stick together, this Otahuhu side will develop exactly the same.
Well, I heard little Birdie earlier on tonight say, don't be surprised if the Howick team lose some players, a couple of players in the next couple of weeks. I said, I don't want to know, I want to be positive. So there's something in the secret sauce that might have to change. Oh, ball missed. So Baldwin does the pick up. Go again. Sherelle Leota in the 20. Ball lost. So finally a little bit of advantage. Faka Osilia holds the ball and carries it a good 10 metres too. It gets lent on by Leota. Smile between the two players. Maybe brutal, but it can be a lot of fun too.
Good to see Angelina back on the field.
Pie. Good strong run. Not a great leg drive, but certainly got momentum. She played the ball 32 out from the Hornets line. Marsh in a dummy half. Here's Leotawa again. Shamkul looks up again, just like when she set up that try. Here's a big, strong run. That's Alexandria Penne. 5 out from the Hornets. Can they go in again, the Leopards? Marsh gets battered back by Lafayette. And also Urua. Final tackle, Whakaosilea. Gets to Leotawa. Ball, ooh, just held. And Safa Abram decides, well, let's just keep going. Tackle is dropping off. Can't afford to do that. Baba Ovar. This was the play on 5. Leotawa went to the air. Could have been worse, but good hands taken by Abraham.
Just some recognition there that they had been peppering that left-hand side, and they should have probably kicked down that left-hand side again where the defence was tired, and not to a fresh player that hasn't really tackled in that set.
Rue gets the ball away. Davis. She finds Masters, puts the kick through. A little bit of pressure on the winger in the form of Karen Roach, but ball safe for the Leopards at the moment. Little over 16 to play in this match. Carmel Uhila looking to play the ball. 25 out. Good strong run here. This is Shania Louis. They're unafraid to run.
No, and they're happy to stay in this game, which I've really liked.
Whakaosilia with the ball, decides to go on her own. Good strong tackle around the legs by Leota. Ball still alive. This is Leotawa. This is a young woman that can score a try. Scored 4 tries in their first game. And that was a loss to Mount Albert, 22-32, but that was all the tries. Shamkul with the kick. Not allowed to bounce, and look whose hands it drops into. Lafayette. Oh, making a strong tackle by Kalia Pai. Drags her to the deck. Baldwin. Here's Lisa Edwards-Urua. Just over halfway, she'll play the ball. Okay. Referee Williams just getting picky on where to play the ball. So now back on halfway. Cassie Ormsby, try scorer. First try scorer, or should I say second try scorer in this half. After the Leopards scored first to open the half up. Woodman changes director. Leota puts the big palm out, pops a little pass, a sweet little pass too. This is Sefua Pio. Good strong defence by the Leopards. Turn and go. Davis waiting for it, wants the quick play. The ball doesn't get it. Look who's waiting. Rua owing up the gap. Steps off her left again. Still going as Rua. Cut down. 8 out from the Leopards line. Baldwin, she'll go. She's not afraid, and that's what happens. Another 4-pointer. Baldwin's in again.
They are playing with so much confidence, the Howick Hornets. And this player has been exceptional tonight. Lisa Edwards-Roa, that beautiful left-footed step. The play of the ball is nice and quick, and as any good hooker does, eyes up, goes in for her second, I believe.
Yeah, you gotta love good footwork, don't you?
Very much like RTS there, that footwork. We loved it.
Well, we haven't seen much of that, but he's coming back home to the great game next year for the One New Zealand Warriors. So RTS will be a welcome return, and if we can see those magic toes again do their job, then I think everybody in the game of rugby league will be very happy about that, even those on the other side of the ditch.
I think everybody in the footy community is really excited to have him back within the game that we know that he should have stayed at.
I think we can be quite biased and say, yes, you're right. Charlotte, we'll take that one and we'll run with it. 52-6. The Hornets lead the Leopards in this third week of the Auckland Rugby League Women's Premiership. Plenty of talent on show, lots of great defence and great footwork. Another challenge for her. She's 20 out. The last time she was in this spot, it was a nice little hook to the left. Let's see if she's figured out why that went that way and if she's adjusted. She has adjusted, but again, from that same spot, she will shave the left hand upright and the score remains unchanged. So it's Howick 52 and the Otahuhu Leopards 6. I think probably if you're Coach George Carmont from the Leopards now, you just want to see a team that keeps on cracking, keeps giving it a crack. This is the try again. The Rua run followed up by a ball run, just a good 5 metres out, goes up and looks and finds the gaps. Great football with both, really, right?
It is. Absolutely, though, with George Carmont wanting the team to show effort for the whole 80 minutes. We talked about over here in Aotearoa that we play 80-minute game and not a 75-minute game that our friends over the ditch play. And I think if our girls can stick at it, that they're only going to improve week by week.
Are you throwing shade already? You're throwing shade to our Australian, our Anzac cousins.
We're traditionalists here and we love our 80-minute game.
Come on, you're throwing shade. Be honest. You're loving it. The Leopards with the restart. 10.5 to play. Again, we talked about this short distance on the kickoff is not helping the Leopards at all. It's almost gifting the Hornets plenty of space. Tiana Kavir plays the ball 15 out from the halfway line. Barbara Ovar, who's been really strong. Good link as well.
She is. She's just been getting on with her work this campaign. Nothing showy, but exactly what the Howick Hornets need.
Here we go out left. Now, what's Taylor Curtis got? Got a palm, got a two. Let's see some speed. Taylor Curtis with a big run. How brave is she? Oh, she tried the little flick off. Oh, was looking so good, but still good to see her give it a nudge and just palm players off. Look at that. Tap, 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 tap. Wanted to do the little flick pass. Just didn't come off. Here it is here. Came off her elbow, right?
Just a bit of game awareness, and for someone so new to the game, that is still a very promising run.
I'd be stoked. It was a solid run. Leopards with the ball. Just on halfway. Shamkul. Leotawa. Leotawa still going. Legs driving. Backing into defenders. Gets a little bit of a push. Okay, referee Nigel Williams calling a defender getting around the neck of Leotawa. The one thing, when you listen to referee Williams, you know what's going on. He's very clear in his instructions.
He is, definitely. Angelina, however, how devastating are her runs when she gets the ball?
Yes, is the answer. Shamko looking. Tap and go. Ball finds Sele Moala. They will play the ball. 5 out from the Hornets line. Marsh is pointing. She knows what she wants. She's putting the instructions out. Play the ball way too slow. Pass picked up. And this was the try scorer from the first half in Fako Osilea. Monica will play the ball. They've lost a little bit of ground. They're about 8 out from the Hornets line now. Shamkul. Good, strong defence. How about that? Leotawa met with the defence. They know that Leotawa is the threat. Marsh, does she look and go? Gap opens up. Closes pretty quickly. Just a little indecision, right?
I think if she had just looked up and gone, she might have been straight through.
Fifth and final for the Leopards. Can they score again? Kick through comes off the legs. It's all too safe. And, well, the warden of the gates, Tafito Lafaele, is there.
I think if they had looked up, they had actually stripped Howick Hornets for numbers and they could have played a long shift on.
Curtis. I've got to say one thing about Taylor Curtis. She's slight, not afraid to run straight and take the tackle, right?
No, they do create tough wingers down in Canterbury Rugby.
Ten out from halfway. Baldwin. There's the kick from Masters. Good kick too. It's bounced well. Whose is it? Ooh. Ball scramble in favour of Karen Roach from Otahuhu. A lot of players walking down the side of the Leopards. This is Uhila. Plays the ball 20 out from the halfway. Tidy little run here now. This is Avery Rose Carmon, who's just belted. Lafaele.
Just getting a shoulder there from Sapphire Abraham.
Let's just have a little listen if we can. So, Sapphire Abraham called for the shoulder charge.
And Chantel Woodman doing exactly what every good captain does, make sure that her player does not get sent to the bin.
I was waiting for referee Williams to throw in the bin. Let's have a look here.
Yeah, it was definitely a shoulder charge. That right arm had no intention of wrapping. I think Sapphire Abraham has gotten away with something there.
So 5.5 to go in the match. (52-6). Hornets lead the Leopards. Marsh finds Mwala. Oh! Absolutely trampled by Leota. Oh, she felt that too. Felt that. Okay, deep breath. Marsh. Carmont looking to play the ball. Gets a quick ball. Marsh looks up. Slow down. Why was she slowing down? There was room there to move. Uhila wanting a quick play the ball, doesn't get it. There's Louis, yes!
Again, looking up and seeing what the defense is doing.
How happy are they?
It's a nice way to finish the game.
Shania Louis gets the try, does it on her own, sees the gap, sees the defenders, not too quick, backs herself, pins the ears back, and there's a 4-pointer.
The Howick Hornets there, they just shot up off the line. They had actually left numbers out on their outside. They had to make that read.
Well, when you look at how this game has unfolded, the mistakes they have made, and they have been very few, have resulted in the Leopards taking advantage of that. So, you know, if you look about improving in increments, James Cyril, we're going, okay, look back at the video, that's what goes on.
Yeah, and I think that's just staying in the game and working together defensively. When they get close to the line, Otahuhu are starting to score and create opportunities, making sure that the Howick Hornets are staying connected and solving problems together.
Carmel Uhila will attempt the conversion. A little bit of rain now starting to fall. I'm sure the men who are getting ready for the Fox Memorial game were thinking, oh, thanks very much. Be round 2 coming your way on Sky Sports Select, which is channel 50 at 8 p.m. and also on the Auckland Rugby League YouTube channel. Just when we thought we were getting away with it, Mother Nature decides to throw just a wee spanner in the works for the men's game. Oh, now it's really pelting down. And the conversion just falls short. So with minutes to play in this Week 3 Premiership match from the women in Auckland Rugby League, it's 52-10. Here's how the try unfolded. Louis spotting the gap. Defenders just overrunning the play. Dives in for the try.
And just had a confirmation from Jamie's sister saying that she is doing okay and she's just going to go get double checked.
Okay, so that was Jamie Latu, who went off after getting caught up with a tackle issue. She's doing okay. That's great. That's all we want to hear. So, folks, if you're a supporter of the Leopards, Jamie Latu is doing okay. But that's coming next. The men Leopards against the Bulldogs. Here's the restart with a little under 2 to go, and knock on by the Leopards. Ooh, she's come out of that one a little worse for wear, has Carmel Uhila with the collision. Bounces off the chest, and then, she gets tackled without the ball by, I think that was Sapphire Abraham again, trying to break people in half. Scoring tries, kicking goals, breaking people in half. Maybe that was her 3 goals for the evening.
Yeah, and I think Carmel there, because she had knocked on the ball, had relaxed a bit, knowing that the call was going to be made, and actually did not see Sapphire coming through and ready, as you said, to break her in half.
Gotta love the game of rugby league, don't you?
We do.
Gotta love it. Inside the last 60 seconds of this round 3 women's premiership match at North Harbour Stadium for the Auckland Rugby League Wednesday night league, going gangbusters. 52-10 the Hornets. Have they got more points inside the last 40 seconds? You're about to... thank you for coming and playing the game today. Aipolo, who has been damaging in her stints, rumbling up the middle. Baldwin scored twice already. Can she make it a treble? Metsfako Osilia. Penalty with about 10 seconds left on the clock. This should be the last play of the evening for this match. And there she goes. Aipolo! The Leopards can't get her back. Woodman, everything's gone through Woodman. Rua goes out wide to Abraham. Can she score again? And yes, she does. It will be number 3 for Sapphire Abraham for the evening. And she'll get the chance to convert her own try to finish this one off. So the treble for Sapphire. Look at the big fend on Carmel Uhila. Spins and dots the ball down. That is one potent strike force they have with the Howick Hornets. 56 points to 10 and the kick to come. They put 50 on Tani Wharau last week. 56 this week. They will go to 3-0. And Otahuhu will go to 0-3. Change in kicker. Platinum Masters will take the conversion. I think she's saying, do you mind if I have a kicking tee, please? It's getting wet. I've had enough. Pass me the kicking tee, please. So you've got to wonder where this kicking tee is. Okay, finally we've got the kicking tee. Here we go. Will Platinum Masters convert Sapphire Abraham's try? She's used that left boot to effect. Has she got it this time off the tee? And no, she doesn't. So there we go. This week 3 showdown between Otahuhu Leopards and the Howick Hornets has come to an end with a resounding win to the Hornets. The final score here, 56 points to 10. We'll get some reaction shortly.
The decisions we make matter. The cloth you put on your back, that comes from somewhere. Ours is Ecotech, and it comes from here. One of these equals 38 of these, not in landfill. High-performance fabric worthy of what you stand.
Wednesday night league, and the final score in this one is 56 points to 10 to the Howick Hornets, who are now 3-0 against an Otahuhu Leopards side that have simply been blown off the park. As they congratulate each other and their teammates for a job well done, let's get some post-match reaction with Charlotte. Just waiting to get players ready to have a chat with Charlotte. That, by the way, is Platinum Masters. After taking the conversion attempt, she went down with cramp. So the Auckland Rugby League doing a great job getting people out on a Wednesday night, and not too far away from our second match will be round 2 of the Fox Memorial. Cracking game to look forward to. The Leopards against the Richmond Bulldogs. Now for some post-match reaction, here's Charlotte.
Congratulations on the win, Shawnee. What has made this team so special this year?
I think it's the coaching and the management team. They really put a lot into us and really support the women's game. We haven't had that before, so I think we're really trying to pay it back to our club, pay to the firm, and just everyone that supported us in Women's Rugby League. Yeah. Thank you.
So there we have it. That wraps up this opening game of our...
Back to training, get back to our basics, fixing those things that we can work on, and hopefully next week will be a better result. Good luck.
So we are done for the first game of our doubleheader. Stick around on Channel 50, Sky Sports Select, and the ARL YouTube channel. The men are next. It's round 2 of the Fox Memorial. It's the Bulldogs and the Leopards. Stay tuned. We're back shortly.